running in the rain taught me discipline, fortitude, mental toughness, and I can use that in all other areas of my life. Today is Thursday morning. I ran for 38 minutes, 6 seconds, and that was 4.37 miles, which translates to 7.033 kilometers. That was my day today, my second day clocking in the Strava. I ran through the rain, and it taught me to fight through adversity. You know, there's been moments I was driving to my destination today, and I was be thinking upon the time when I ran through a whole thunderstorm, lightning storm, if that. It just happened to start raining and kicking up, but I kept going. It taught me perseverance, and those traits that I learned helped me when I was battling with my lust, helped me when I was battling with my addictions. I wasn't running when I was struggling with my lust, but overcoming my lust helped me be a better runner. It helped me even get the courage and the willpower, the discipline to even start. A lot of times we mess up because we haven't even started yet. You feel me? And then we look back at ourselves, and we mad at ourselves for not putting in the time. But that 7.033 kilometers that I ran today, I think I said kilometers earlier, but that's 7.033 kilometers that I ran this morning. You know, that's more than a 5K. A 5K is only 3.1. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Yeah, 5K is only 3.1 miles. I ran 2 5Ks. I ran a 10K. Wait, my math might be messed up, but y'all know what I mean. I ran for 7.033 kilometers, and it taught me a lot about myself. Now, this is my usual run time on Thursdays, but I never actually tracked it, you know? And that just gives me more confidence to even do it again. You know, when I was done running, usually these ladies that work at this restaurant across the street, they be outside taking a smoke break. So when I'm done with my run, I come back and I talk to them for a little bit because they're in my pathway. And I was telling them, like, I anticipate my run on Thursdays throughout the whole week because it's my hardest run. You know what I'm saying? 7 kilometers. And by the time when I'm done with it, as I am now, I almost don't know what to do with my life now. It's like I've been all that anticipation built up, and now I'm finished. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, dang, like, what do I do now? When I woke up this morning, I felt like a zombie. It was so hard to get out the bed. I was literally moaning and groaning. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for me to get out the bed. It was hard for me to wake up and just get started. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at now, I feel wide awake. I feel wide awake. You know, I'm so glad I didn't, punk out and sleep in. I was never going to sleep in, though. Not on no Thursday. This is my big run day, But, you got to listen to your body, too. But I also know what I'm striving for. I know where I've come from and what I've overcome in my past. It gives me more confidence to continue to do it again and again and again. A lot of times we try to battle our lust, but we don't really have that much to pull from. I said in my video yesterday, I said in videos prior, we don't have that much to pull from, So we don't really have a good memory bank of moments where we battled adversity. So when we're going through adversity, we don't really have the confidence that we can do it again, But knowing that I overcame pornography websites, and I'm still overcoming. I haven't watched them in 3 years, now I'm playing on it. But the fight isn't done until you're dead. You know what I'm saying? I overcame those websites. I overcame sexual perversion. I overcame having physical sex. I overcame smoking weed. I overcame being addicted to going out and being in the mix, drinking alcohol when I'm in the mix. I overcame those things. So when I'm on my run and it feels like I don't have that much energy left, I understand that I've been in this situation before, just maybe in another form. Battling substance abuse feels like me when I'm going on my run and I want to give up, but I got to keep going. The fight when I was trying to escape my substance abuse, it was hard and it hurt, but where I'm at now, it's like, dang, like all that was for a reason, all that was for a reason. It didn't really seem like it was making sense. I didn't know I was going to be running now, back when I was battling with lust then, but look at me now. I'm a whole different person. There's people who know me just off running and working out. There's people who know me just off running and working out. They have no idea that I'm an artist. There's people who know me strictly off art, but have no idea how much I push my body when I run. They don't know that pain that I feel in my body, in my legs, in my mind, in my heart. Not physical pain in my heart, but they don't know about the physical pain, the emotional pain that I go through when I'm running. They don't know about the stress that it takes. They don't know about the self-imposed stress that I put upon myself just to proceed further. They don't know about the dark days. There's people who know me just off being so disciplined, but they don't know about the moments when I wasn't. They don't know about me when I was in the dark, with my door locked, watching dirty websites. They don't know when I was crept up in the late night trying to see who I can hunch with. They don't know about the times I was basically slutting out one of my exes. a couple of my exes, you know what I'm saying? All my exes, shit. Like they don't understand, they didn't know those parts, you know what I'm saying? They didn't know that part of me that wasn't so disciplined. There's people who only know me strictly out being the fun, the guy who always had the weed, the guy who always had the party, always had the place that people come to turn up. The people some people know me only as the guy who only had an open door policy. They don't know who I am. They don't even know me with the facial hair, bruh. There's people who don't know this version of me. There's people who only know me when I had the low top, when I had the low fade, when I had the juice fade. There's people who only know me when I used to dye my hair purple, blue, faded to green, when I had the juice cut part. There's people who don't know me who had locks. There's people who don't know the old me. There's people who don't know the new me. And there's some people who've seen both. There's some people who've seen all. You know, and where I'm at now, I'm living in the best state of mind and life that I've ever been in my life. You know, right now, and it took a lot of work. It took what the world so calls as shadow work, but really it's just you improving yourself. It took me a long time to find myself. It took me a long time to sound like myself. It took me a long time to finally get to the point where I can have the confidence to get up and do this once again. You know, so where I'm at now, I'm just living my life to be an inspiration for others, living my life, you know, battling my lust so somebody else can come across this video so they can have courage to fight as well, you know. And if you know who I'm talking to, you know who I'm talking to. Thank you for watching all my videos. Thank you for always supporting me. You know, for the past couple months that you've been, you know, interacting with my videos, you know, talking to you through DM, you know, I appreciate you and God bless you. You know, I appreciate the others who have my back, you know, whether they say it or not. People have been watching me. I've gotten word, I've gotten ear, you know, so-and-so got so-and-so to say about me, you know, and it's not in a positive light, but they don't follow me, so how could they see that? You know, these people that watch online, people who see how people share your stuff, but they don't engage. People have premonitions, you know, and at the end of the day, they really got the wrong idea because they're projecting their own insecurity. A lot of people be insecure. So by me putting in a lot of what the world calls shadow work, a lot of growth that I've been through with myself, people can't understand. Sometimes I speak to people and I misarticulate myself so where they think I'm worse than what I really am. Just for me to, a couple days later, think back on that conversation and being like, dang, I wasn't even feeling that deep. It just sounded like it the way I expressed it, you know? Practicing articulation, you know, learning how to have the gift of gab. You can work on it. Some people have it naturally, right? And where I'm at now, I'm going through everything I've been through so I can continue to go through other things and prevail. You know, the lust that I battled, it kept me in such strong shackles. And I knew that God wanted more for me. I knew that I couldn't live like this forever, but I just couldn't bring myself to actually start. That's how some people may feel when they want to start working out, but they haven't. You know, for me, I was in the gym consistently Monday through Friday, and I was still struggling with my lust at the nighttime. I was in my gym in the morning time, working hard for myself. As soon as I woke up, going to the gym, right? Just to battle with the sins at night, just to wake up and do it again. Doing that for years, doing that for a while, months, many moons. And where I'm at now, it feels almost surreal that I don't even battle with those lusts anymore. I almost can't believe it, you know. God has chose me to be delivered at this early stage of my life, and I'm still going through my deliverance, right? The battle ain't done, and I'm not perfect, you know. Just because I overcame it then, who knows? Tomorrow I may fold in all my areas of my life. Next year I may fold, you know, God forbid. That's why we have to stay on top of things. We don't have to be too arrogant in our growth, you know. I'm telling you, you never know what battles you're gonna have to face. It's just the way I battle with my lust and I overcame at this point in my life, just the way I battle with, you know, running and I overcame that, you know, that's how I have to overcome things in the future. Whatever battles, whatever things I choose to embark on, I'm still taking new pathways in life. Doing poetry for the first time in public, doing poetry for the first time, period, and it's in public, and I got it memorized. I'm not allowed to read across it. That's the rules, you know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to read a reference. That's the rules. So new levels, new devils. And you think, as a kid who grew up being terrified of public speaking, but I was always social amongst others and groups, you would think I'd be nervous for this. Man, I am anticipating it. I can't wait. If it was today, I'd be excited, you know? And overall, I'm just blessed, and I'm trying to remain the spirit of gratitude that God allowed me, you know, to stay in this. You know, I ain't even mean to prophesy. I ain't even mean to prophesy today.